Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. The Milwaukee Film Festival is taking place in the city September 22nd through October 6th. It is an annual 15-day festival that provides a number of year-round opportunities for film lovers, filmmakers, and educators. And my next guest is Donte McFadden, Dr. Donte McFadden, who is the co-programmer for the Black Lens program with the Milwaukee Film Festival. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being here. And let's talk about the Black Lens program. This is the what?
This is year number 3 for the Black Lens program.
Okay.
And we have some really great things lined up, which we'll talk about even more in depth. But I think this is going to be a game-changer year for Gerard Blanks and I. Really?
Gerard was here last year, and
Yes.
he did say that he felt like this was going to continue to get bigger and better every year. So you're on that same plane. You feel like
yes, I'm reinforcing that. I think for 3 reasons. One, we have a dynamic lineup of 7 feature-length films, 6 short films. I think it's our strongest lineup yet. In addition to that, we have a new membership program, the Black Lens Council, in which people can support Black Lens, not just throughout the festival, but year-round. And then we also have what's called the Black Lens Engagement Committee. These are people from young professional organizations who are organizing events that are leading up to the festival and also throughout the festival.
Good stuff. And the program sponsors for the Black Lens program is JAMA 98.3, which
That's
I
right.
happen to work there as well, and then Black Lens Engagement Committee. Why is it so important to actually give this particular platform to emerging and established African-American filmmakers?
I think we're in a unique position in which Black Lens focuses more so on not just Black-themed films, but also the maker of the films. And if you go to many film festivals throughout the country, or if you see any Black-themed film programs throughout the country, the filmmaker isn't always Black. And I think there are very great films that emerge from that. But with Black Lens itself, we really wanted to stand out for that very reason, so that any African-American filmmaker throughout the country, as they're going to various film festivals like Pan-African Film Festival in Los Angeles, or the American Black Film Festival in Miami, or whether it's in Atlanta or San Francisco, they can also identify Milwaukee as one of those key destinations to make, in addition to Urban World Film Festival and many others throughout the country.
Good stuff. You explore fiction and documentary films that their stories and the topics are deeply rooted in things that are important to the African-American culture and maybe even issues that are taking place in the world today. So what can we look forward to this year?
Well, this year we have 4 fiction films and 3 documentary films. The 4 films are somewhere in the middle. It looks at a marriage that is at the seams because each of the spouses have extramarital affairs going on. And what I think is really great about this film is it has a very unique narrative structure where you look at the narrative from 4 different perspectives from the 4 central characters, and it's unlike any other film that's out right now, and it was very important for Gerard and I to bring this film to Milwaukee.
Wow.
And another part of our fictional offerings is 9 Rides. This is about an Uber driver in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve. He's making his rounds before the new year comes around, and he's also checking in on his fiance, and he discovers some life-changing news throughout the course of the night. We also have How to Tell That You're That Guy. And,
which has a different title, but
right.
this is the TV-friendly title,
for sure,
yes.
For sure. And it's about a blogger who, after his girlfriend dumps him, he engages in all of these different kind of sensual encounters until he comes across a woman who he thinks meets his match. And he writes a blog called Occasionally Dating Black Women, in which he's often offering standpoints that many would see as chauvinistic. Yeah. But she takes him to task on how he looks at the world and how he looks at particularly relationships. And then with another fictional offering is The Land. That's set in Cleveland, and it's about 4 young men getting ready to graduate high school. They're skateboarders living in abject poverty. They use their skateboarding skills to commit carjackings, and they come across this opportunity, this criminal endeavor, which can make them a lot of money, but it could also pose a threat not just to their friendship, but also their lives.
Oh, wow. And I'm glad you brought up that film, because what makes this extra special, in my opinion, is that the executive producer is hip-hop artist Nas.
Yes.
And we actually have that trailer, so let's take a look.
Excellent.
Hey, Cisco the Kid.
Hey, Cisco, get away from the window, man. Get away from the window.
I'm counting on you to take care of Junior, right? He looks up to you.
35 days absent. What are you doing with your time? You are finishing your trade.
To be a mechanic.
Better than being a bum. You have to do something with your life. What are you good at?
Who is that?
Oh, this is Molly.
Yo, you crazy?
We could sell these. Can't even help our families.
You a grown man now. Grown man that can make your own decisions.
Molly?
Let's get paid.
God damn.
Anybody see my friend Molly? She's small, she's white, she's very cute. I don't need no face. All I need is blue face.
I got 150. 200.
Moving up George Jefferson.
Where's this money coming from?
Shopping sprees, I know you never been.
We got jobs.
No trouble?
First class talking 1A.
No trouble.
I can't figure it out.
Cisco, right?
You all got something that don't belong to you.
And I told you ain't take your pills.
Could be delirious to take life serious. Remain single forever, can't write nothing, period.
This pill belongs to mama. She's been running game here for years.
Just like the go figure. Some they said they might never fit. More commas, more hating ass problems. No matter how many times.
I shouldn't have to explain to you how dangerous this is.
That's it? Oh, I'm done.
We got something here. It's our time.
I can't figure it out.
I love that, and the trailer really does make you want to see that film.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about The Land is that the soundtrack. People have been talking about it ever since this premiered at Sundance, and you brought up Nas earlier, and I think what's really cool about some of the films in the Black Lens program this year is that you have R&B and hip-hop artists really out there getting films made. You have The Land, executive produced by Nas. You also have a couple of documentaries that we're showing in our program. There's Can You Dig This, which is about urban gardening in South Los Angeles. The executive producer for that film is John Legend. And
John Legend has his hands in so many different films, and I love that he is expanding his artistry in that way. I mean, of course, he did the executive producing for the film about the president and the first lady's first date, and also he's working on these television programs as well. One's The Underground, right? And then he's going to be doing something on the Black Wall Street. So, I mean, it really is exciting to have artists expand their artistry in that way. So thank you for bringing that up. And before we run out of time, something I think a lot of our viewers will appreciate and love is the late, great Maya Angelou and Still I Rise, which actually focuses on her prolific accomplishments and really gives her a chance to tell her own life story in her words. This has got to be powerful.
It's very powerful. And I think because Maya Angelou was such an ubiquitous figure, people have they feel they have a really comfortable knowledge of who she was, mainly as a writer, but she's done so much over the years as a performer, as an activist, as a filmmaker. And what's really great about the way this film is made is that, as you noted, it allows Maya Angelou to tell her life story in her own words. And there's a variety of different interviews of people who've known her throughout various courses of her life. And this is the first comprehensive documentary on Maya Angelou.
Yeah, and before we get down to our last minute, earlier this year, the Milwaukee Film Festival was announced as one of only 16 recipients of this year's Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Film Watch grant. That's $10,000 that went to the Black Lens program. I'm sure you guys were ecstatic and excited, all these things. Talk about that as we wrap up.
Well, it was the Film Watch grant that we received from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And I just think it's a testament of the kind of work that Black Lens has done over the past 2 years, and where Black Lens is destined to go in terms of what it's providing for the community in Milwaukee and the kind of destination it can be for African American filmmakers throughout the country.
Good stuff. You guys are really doing an outstanding job in pulling together this program and making it exciting for everyone each and every year, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure talking with you. Dr. Donte McFadden is the co-programmer for the Black Lens program with the Milwaukee Film Festival. Again, it is going on September 22nd through October 6th, and for more information, you can log on to mkefilm.org. And that's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Have a great day.